at you guys. You're like robots. What is happening? And you're not even looking back. Any of you 4-star generals. Oh my God, what is happening right now?
What's happening here is called normative conformity. To understand this concept, let's go back to the 1950s when a psychologist named Solomon Asch conducted a simple experiment where participants were asked to pick the line that is the same length as line X. The answer was obvious, but when everyone around the real participant gave the wrong answer, about 75% of participants went along with it and gave the wrong answer at least once. Across all trials, participants conformed about 33% of the time. It's not that people stop knowing the truth or knowing what's right. It's that the social cost of being the one person who breaks ranks feels higher than the cost of betraying their own instincts. Okay, so let's come back to our generals. You might question if this is truly normative conformity, and I totally understand that. But what I would say to that is that these aren't bystanders. Okay, these aren't strangers on a subway who didn't want to get involved when something went down. No, these are 4-star generals. Okay, these are men and women who have commanded hundreds of thousands of troops. Men and women who have made life and death decisions without flinching. Every single one of them in that room heard what was happening. Their bodies knew to react, but they overrode it because in that moment, the social cost of turning around, of being seen as sympathetic to an agitator, was higher than the moral cost of ignoring their fellow service member who was injured as he was upholding his oath to protect the US. The very same oath that they took, mind you. And they took their cues from the other generals surrounding them. Okay, nobody coordinated it. Nobody was ordered to stay still. They just read the room, and the room said, do not be the one who turns around. And to be honest, as scary as it is to see a white male ex-Marine, in other words, an American who holds many privileged identities, violently silenced, the conformity of those generals is so much scarier because it's through normative conformity that authoritarianism becomes normalized. It doesn't happen through force or through fear. It happens through rooms full of people who each decide independently that it's safer to face forward than to speak up. And I want to emphasize, this is not about whether you agree with what the man was saying, because at the end of the day, he was one person. But that room was full of men and women with the power to either save or destroy this country who all conformed to silence. And that should scare you a lot more than the one man who got violently removed.